At 3 a.m., the billionaire did not expect anyone else to be awake, but when he walked past the kitchen, he froze. The quiet clinking of dishes echoed in the dark, and there she was, his maid's daughter, sleeves rolled up, hands trembling as she scrubbed plates that weren't even hers to clean. Her eyes were swollen, as if she hadn't slept in days, and in that single moment, something told him, this wasn't about chores. This wasn't rebellion, this wasn't laziness, this was pain, the kind a child should never have to carry. He stepped closer. She didn't notice, but what he discovered that night would shake the very foundation of his life, and change hers forever. The story begins below. He had always believed he knew every corner of his mansion, every sound its walls made, every schedule of the people working under him. So when he heard the faint running of water at 3 a.m., he felt something was off. It wasn't the usual soft hum of the night staff. This sound carried exhaustion, desperation. He followed it. In the kitchen, illuminated only by a single overhead lamp, stood the maid's 16-year-old daughter. Her eyes were fixed on the stained plate in her hand, but her mind was clearly far away. She moved slowly, mechanically, like someone who had been awake far too long. He quietly watched her for a moment, noticing the schoolbooks piled on the corner of the counter, open but untouched. Her backpack lay on the floor, half unzipped, papers sticking out as if she'd dropped it in a hurry. Before he could speak, she sniffed and brushed away a tear with her shoulder, trying to hide it even though she thought no one was watching. Something broke inside him. He stepped forward softly. Why aren't you asleep? He asked. She gasped, startled, nearly dropping the plate. She wiped her hands on her apron, eyes downcast. I'm sorry, sir. I'll finish quickly. I didn't ask if you were finishing. I asked why you're awake at this hour. She hesitated. Her lip trembled. I just have to help, sir. Help with what? But she wouldn't answer, not yet, and he realized something important. She wasn't disobedient, she was terrified of telling the truth. The mansion felt different that morning. The staff moved normally, the sun warmed the hallways, breakfast was served as usual, but his mind stayed on the girl who washed dishes while the world slept. Why did she look so tired? Why were her books untouched? Why had she skipped school 3 times this week? He noticed her mother, the maid, avoiding eye contact. She wasn't speaking much, working faster than usual, as if trying to outrun something. Finally, he called her into his office. She stood stiffly, fingers twisting nervously. Tell me, he said gently. Is everything all right with your daughter? Her eyes widened. Yes, sir. Everything is fine. That's not true, he replied firmly. I saw her at 3 a.m. washing dishes. And she hasn't been at school. The woman's face drained of color. She covered her mouth with her trembling hand, as if holding in a sob. Please, sir, don't fire me. We are just trying to manage. I didn't want you to know. Know what? She shook her head. It's not my place to say. Then whose place is it? He asked softly. A small voice came from the doorway. Hers, the daughter said. She stood there holding her backpack against her chest. He motioned for her to enter. Tell me the truth, he said. I can't help if I don't understand. She swallowed hard, and then she finally confessed. It started months ago. Her grades were dropping, not because she wasn't smart, but because she couldn't focus. Her mother had been working double shifts to pay for medicine for her grandmother, who had fallen ill. Money became tight, unbearably tight. The daughter didn't want her mother to struggle alone. So she secretly took on work, cleaning, washing dishes in the early morning before school, doing laundry for some neighbors. She hid everything, but waking up before dawn and working until midnight became too much. She started falling asleep at school, missing classes, feeling ashamed. She wanted to tell someone, anyone, but she didn't want people thinking her mother had failed. So she carried the burden quietly, until it started breaking her. She kept her eyes on the floor as she spoke, afraid of judgment, but when she looked up, she didn't find anger. She found something else, a softness she never expected from a man like him. He exhaled deeply, leaning back in his chair. You should not be carrying responsibilities meant for adults, he said gently. You deserve rest. You deserve school. You deserve safety. She wiped her tears with her sleeve. her mother cried silently beside her. He looked at both of them, and a decision formed inside him, not out of charity, but out of humanity. I will take care of the medical bills, he said. You will return to school. And neither of you will work more hours than you should. This home doesn't run on suffering. The mother collapsed into tears of relief, the daughter covered her mouth, overwhelmed, and for the first time in a long time, he felt something warm in his chest, the realization that power isn't measured by money or status, but by what you do with it.